I was on the southeast corner of the porch over here 4 years ago, talking to one of the other board of directors. We were visiting, and I looked back to the north, and I seen somebody walk from the window over here, come like where the kitchen is, walk through the window, and I looked around, see if anybody was behind us, reflection, nothing. Just like he just kind of walked by like this. He didn't have a uniform on, but it was a male. Looked around and thought, well, maybe somebody was walking out here on the street, but you wouldn't be able to see it up here like this.
So you and I, huh?
I guess so.
Okay. Okay.
I got my camera going, so.
All right. If there's anybody here with us tonight, we would like to communicate with you. We come in complete respect of whoever still may be here and of this building. A lot of history in this building. A lot of important decisions have been made in this building. Decisions that have affected the United States of America. Many brave men have walked these halls. Are any of you here with us tonight? There are a few ways in which you can communicate with us. On the floor you'll see a piece of equipment that has a red light on it. It won't hurt you. All you need to do is just get close to that red light and it'll let us know that you're here. Other ways that you can communicate with us is to knock on the floor or on the wall.
So again, like Scott was saying, there's many ways to communicate with us. That light there is one of the ways we can know that you're here too. There's been reports of footsteps. So just you walking could let us know your presence. And we're here, complete respect, mean no harm. We're just trying to find the story of who you are and maybe why you're here with us.
We are in the guardhouse, lower floor. We have Neil, Steve, John, Greg, and C. Neil and John and I are part of our team out of Hays, Kansas. We're called Old School Paranormal, and I want you to know that we come here in total respect and in total peace. We're not here to scare you away. We're not here to harm you.
They're going nuts over there.
Yeah, they're kind of fluctuating a little bit. Just look at the ambient temperature. If there is anybody here with us, we want you to know it's totally okay to let us know that you're here. Is there anybody that would like to step forward and let us know they're here at this time?
Perhaps maybe a guard or a former prisoner here.
You could go over by the chair, touch that light over there. That will let us know.
I would imagine there's probably some stories that you could tell. And this may be your first opportunity ever, or in a very long time, that somebody is genuinely interested in hearing from you. Because I'm going to start with a questioning then. Were you here during the cholera outbreak? If you were here, can you tap on the wall, stomp on the floor?
Light up one of the pieces of equipment. Just let us know that someone is here. Car.
Tag card.
Walk on the floor, walk on the creaky floor. Upstairs or down.
In 1868, there was a commander here by the name of Alfred Gibbs. He wasn't very well liked, and he treated his men rather mean. Do you remember him? Can you give me a sign?
That was me.
What was it? No, almost. Did you hear anything, Neil? Almost kind of a... Okay.
What was your job here? Were you married? Did you have children? Let me, before we go upstairs,
Yeah.
do you want me to play some of the Reveille?
Yes, definitely. That's one thing we haven't done yet.
Can you tell us what bugle call that was? We'd like you to show us and maybe light up one of the green lights. Go over to the chair that you like to scrape across the floor.
Steve and John and Neil were up here on the second floor.
Legend has it that Kiowa War Chief Santanta was imprisoned in this very room on the second floor when it served as a jail. The story goes that he managed to dislodge 2 bars on the window and made his escape.
I think not fact. I think it's legend.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But
the stories go.
but do they know that if he was jailed here at any time?
Well, I think that he was. The legend has it that he escaped and got away by jumping down on the stables and
Okay.
getting out that way.
Do you feel any draft?
Very, very little. There's no windows on this south wall over here.
If you were a prisoner here, give us a sign of your presence.
If it's dark in here, there's a lantern on the floor. You can use it if you need it. Just like downstairs, we come in peace and respect. We mean you no harm. And everything you see will not hurt you. You have my word. We just want to hear your story. And we want to give you a chance to communicate that story to us. Can you tell us what year it is? Who's the president right now?
Is there anyone in here that is attached to any of those uniforms hanging on the rack? Hold my camera.
Or any of the artifacts in these rooms? Are you attached to any of those?
Do you hear that, John?
Are you attached to any of those? Are you attached to any of those?
Doesn't sound like it's coming from that room over there.
Hard to say.
I thought it sounded like it came back like a thump.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, C?
I did.
Almost like from the doctor's office.
It was over there, that direction somewhere. Yeah.
Was there a car driving by?
I don't think so.
The car just went by, but that was done before the car came by.
Yeah, that was you giving us a sign. Can you do that again, please?
We are School Paranormal. And I'm Kevin. And I'm Scott.
And I've been here before. I'm Melinda. I'm a member of the board.
The men that lived in this building sacrificed a lot. Do you like what the board has done to this building? This junior officer quarters?
Although the whistling was clearly picked up by 2 audio recorders in the building, no one on the team heard them, and if they had, they most certainly would have tagged the whistling or any noise that it may have sounded like whistling.
Take a car go by.
How did you feel about George Custer? He was stationed here for a while.
Do you feel like he was given special treatment? Or maybe you admired him?
We mean no harm, just respect for you and this building.
Not only were the footsteps heard by the team, audio recorders picked them up as well.
You must have missed your wives, your families, your sons, your daughters. These men that you bunked with were very important to you. You ate together, you slept together, you fought together. On payday, you partied a little together.
We know you had a very rough life out here on the plains. We respect you for that. What do you have? Just either cold or
I'm freezing.
or plenty of energy coming on.
Well, over here,
Sure.
just when I first heard those voices back there, it was almost like something was standing to my right. You know, just I was cold on the right side. Yeah, I feel like I'm just cold on the other.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's hard to know.
It is when it's this cold. Get a lot of time then.
Yeah. Over there, I could definitely feel it.
Yes.
I'm not afraid of you. Please don't be afraid of us. We're here to visit you, if you are here. It's okay if you want to stand beside me.
Can I play a bugle call for you? This one is named Fatigue Call. You should recognize it.
Did you recognize that bugle call? Since you could have done something in the other room, you wanna
Yep.
move?
I think that'd be good.
It's been pretty, no energy in here on anything.
So we're in the bunk room now where 8 soldiers would have slept, junior officers. We know that there was a cholera outbreak here that took many, many lives.
KT just moved here. My hair went up to the green. The picture of the tree.
The top one.
See that?
That's good.
Were you here when the cholera outbreak was going on?
Did that scare you when the outbreak began?
You can talk with us. It's okay.
He hit 5.
And did a few times in a row there. Thank you.
Thank you for communicating with us and everything you have done for us. We only come to respect and to find out who you are and you hear your story.
Oh, I forgot that. I had an 1888 Morgan silver dollar that you can have.
God doesn't just let anybody have that.
You can have that money. It's real.
You know, this must have been strange to you. We maintained this
all the duties you had and responsibilities?
Well, maybe we'll go back.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your building with us.
My name is Neil.
I'm Steve.
This is John.
This is C.
And we're just here to ask some questions and find out if there's anyone here. We mean no harm.
Tag car.
We come in the utmost respect for you and the building.
And we want you to know it's okay to talk to us. It's okay to let us know you're here. We're not here to scare you or harm you or to get you to leave. We just want to know who you are, why you're here still, and if there's any messages or anything that you would like to tell us. It's getting hot. Feels nice at first, man.
Want me to write it?
Are you a child? A young person? A young teenager, maybe?
Yeah, tap or thing. Did you hear that, John?
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Not sure what that was. If that was a radiator? I don't know what that is. Anyway, we'll tag it. Tag time is 9:07.
Was that you trying to communicate?
Perhaps you're the gentleman that Mrs. Lander saw walking through here numerous times.
Hang
Or
on.
something else.
There's something going on. Did you hear it? See?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
There's something going on.
Just read over here now. Well, as we were all in there talking, Melinda was standing in the doorway and she said she heard noises over here also.
I'm gonna go in here real quick. Steve entering the far north room. Hello? No, I do not have one. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who heard it.
Yeah, I heard it too.
It sounded like light, to me almost like light shuffling. I'm not sure, footsteps or things moving around. It was definitely in here.
That's what I heard.
At first I thought it was Kevin's camera, but I haven't. Okay, be careful of the cord down here. Please communicate. Come in total respect.
We thought we heard you talking to us.
Yeah.
Do you want us to come in here and talk to you?
Steve walking. See, I thought it was maybe it's the radiator, but it's not on. This one isn't on.
There's something, I heard something just then back over there. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm. Just now?
Just right about before you started walking that way. Did you
Oh,
hear it?
Or maybe you were going to play that piano.
Hey, guys, hang on.
After inquiring whether or not there could be any animals inside the walls or in the fireplace chimney, we were informed that the interior walls of the commanding officer's quarters were plastered directly against the native Dakota sandstone exterior walls. There's no way rodents or any other animal could get between the walls. Also, in order to prevent access for those same animals, the chimney was closed off many years ago. So while the fireplace is in its original location, it is not a functional fireplace. Also, just to make sure, Steve went outside to ensure that there were no trees rubbing up against the building.
Steve coming in? No, there's no trees, in fact.
It's not very often that Old School Paranormal captures video evidence of possible paranormal activity. While the team has doubts on the validity of spirit orbs, the clip you're about to see is something we cannot explain. Remember, it's mid-January, it's below 30 degrees outside, and in the lower 50s inside the commanding officer's quarters. No insects were observed by the team. The orb you're about to see seems to show signs of intelligence. Another strange event occurred during the investigation, and while most likely not paranormal, it does raise some curiosity, because while the K2 is placed on the arm of the chair is not very heavy, a mere 4 ounces, it does, for some reason, fall or get knocked off nearly a minute after being placed on the chair, causing the chair to rock. Could it be paranormal, or simply gravity?
What's the name of the person that Melvin, one of the board members, saw walking past the window by the kitchen about 4 years ago? Saw somebody moving through the kitchen area. Who was that?
And again, the team heard the same scratching noises as heard earlier coming from behind the camera. No animals, and simply no explanation.
Are you afraid to come into this room?
Over here and stand where Kevin and Melinda were earlier. What then? You make the presence known to me.
That's Steve. Hear that tapping sound.
These unexplained noises continued throughout the night, whether the team was in the building or not. We're not saying they are 100% paranormal, but the noises from that night's investigation remain unexplainable.
My name is Kevin.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Melinda Cunningham. I'm a member of the board.
We've heard stories that there's been some footsteps and different things that has happened in this building, and this building has a lot of history, and we just want to know your story. We just had a K2 hit there.
Yeah, I saw blue too.
we're here in complete respect. This is such a wonderful building that's been kept up and maintained. Show the history. And we just would like to know who's here still with us in this building. So we had a little change in our one device here. We noticed that something got close to it. If you are the person or entity that got close to our little device with the green lights, could you do that again? It won't hurt you. Just shows us that there's somebody with us. We've heard stories of footsteps and other noises in this building. We would sure love to find out who's responsible for those.
Does it bother you that we're here?
Do you like our presence here and trying to communicate with you? Look there, see if there's any changes. Excuse me. So you have our attention there. If there's a presence with us that is making that change, can you do that again for us? 2 hit.
Were you a guard here? Yes. Do it again if it is a yes. Were you a prisoner here?
A little bit harder there.
So you were a prisoner? Is that a yes? Do it again if it's a yes.
Don't be afraid to communicate with us. That device is a very good way to let us know our questions are being answered from you.
So if there's anybody up here with us, we'd certainly like you to let us know. It's been a lot of heartache and sadness, no doubt, in this room.
We've heard from Greg that you like to keep him company when it's just him here. He would sure like to know that he's not crazy, that he's not just hearing things. If you'd like to let us know too.
And I think he likes it that you're here. Do you like it that he's here? Excuse me, Scott.
Maybe the person that walks across the floor is here with us. If so, can you let us know that you're here with us? Can you touch the lantern that's on the floor?
Touch one of the pieces of equipment, touch one of the lights if you recognize this. Did you recognize that bugle call? You probably heard it many, many times.
Hey, Marcus. Who's over here? Church, just see if I can go up.
We know that there's at least one presence up here. We're in this building. You've been heard walking up here, as well as on the porch. You've slid in a chair downstairs, and that's okay. This is your building. Is it okay that we're with you in your building? Were you a prisoner up here? Were you being held up here in the jail cells? Or were you an officer? Or a guard?
I feel like we're all alone up here. It's the first time all night.
Yeah. It just kind of seems, yeah, like you said, kind of all alone, huh?
I think it really is the first time all night that I felt like we didn't have something otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Well, the building may be from the 1800s. The Nazi Germany stuff was not. Is there anything attached to that stuff? Or any of the other things for what, World War I or World War II? There's a lot of artifacts. And it's been thought that sometimes entities attach themselves to artifacts. Tag a car driving by.
Although captured by audio recorders, the whistle was not heard by anyone on the second floor of the guardhouse. Whistles tend to be the most frequent type of audio evidence the team captures, most of which are not heard by the team or anyone else in the room where the sound originated.
I agree with you. I feel completely nothing.
Even in there?
Yeah.
Where did they say they thought they had a little activity or something?
In the other
In the
room.
medical room, okay.
Well, they heard a sound.
Right.
This is like the emptiest.
Emptiest feeling?
Yeah.
Well, let's try the doc's office. I wouldn't mind trying one last time where we had that one little blip.
Oh, I agree.
Just before we
Color.
yeah.
While Kevin and Scott did not think much activity was happening on the second floor of the guardhouse, audio recorders continued to tell a different story. This EVP, while inaudible, clearly indicates another presence was with them in the building.
This is Steve, C, John, and Neil coming in. So they put a K2 on the stove, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this one right here, same thing over there.
It's definitely a little chillier in here. You already met our friends, Scott and Kevin and Melinda, a little while ago. My name is Steve.
My name is Neil.
John.
I'm Steve.
And we come here in respect and peace. We see names on the beds, but we're not sure if that's who's here or not. But we invite you to communicate with us in any way you see fit or whatever is easier for you, whether it's a knock on a wall or it's a wood or on the floor, or if you want to tap on the stove or a stovepipe. We're not here to hurt you or scare you or chase you out of here. We just want to know who you are.
So we've given you some ways to get energy and communicate. We, however, don't want you to come touch us. We don't allow you to come touch us. That's why we have these instruments.
There is a presence here. Were you or your bunkmate affected by the cholera outbreak? Did you help take care of some of the cholera patients? Steve said we come in peace and the utmost respect. We just would like to know if there is a presence here. You can let us know.
Is there a Morris Gunk with us tonight?
As you can see, we are very interested in who's here. We're very friendly. And again, we come in peace and respect. So we invite whoever may be in this room or in this building to come forward and let us know who you are. Let's go around here to see where they possibly could have gotten K2 hit. Getting absolutely nothing.
Then, for the first time during an investigation, one of our team members gets called out by someone or something who apparently didn't like him in the junior officers' quarters. We've analyzed this audio and removed as much background noise to be able to bring the voice out without compromising the quality of the audio. What you are about to hear is very chilling. Although no paranormal activity had been reported in the depot, Fort Harker interpretive guide Greg Heller says he does get an occasional strange feeling in the old building.
You get that feeling like someone is
Just out of tension, kind of a...
Well, it's like they snuck back in the corner. So they're hiding.
Right.
someone hiding.
Along with 2 audio recorders and a motion detection trail camera, the team used a toy train trigger prop to help determine if this 107-year-old building still contained passengers ready to board the next train coming through Kanapolis. This footage would be the last time our motion-activated camera would record for the duration of the investigation, which makes no sense, and you will soon find out why. A ton of noise is being made in the cargo area of the old depot. Things are clearly moving around or getting hit, yet nothing sets off the motion detection camera. Another strange occurrence that occurred in the depot. At the end of the investigation, Fort Harker's Greg Heller unlocks the depot to turn on the lights in order for the team to pick up our equipment. However, when he walked up the stairs to the door, the train trigger's device alarm went off. You can clearly hear him open the door and walk into the waiting room of the depot. What is interesting is that the train's trigger prop's alarm only goes off when it is physically touched. No one was in the depot to touch the train to set off the alarm. Or was there? Because Old School Paranormal did not actually investigate the depot, but placed a camera and recorders inside the building, and because so much had happened, the team came back 2 weeks after our initial Fort Harker investigation to thoroughly investigate the 107-year-old depot. Interestingly enough, the depot was very silent the second time around. The train trigger prop did not go off once. Moving crates, the large entrance door, and moving wagons did not replicate the sounds and noises we had heard 2 weeks prior.
Remember, tap twice like this for yes, and tap once like this for no. Are you a male? Is that back over by you, Scott?
Yeah, it sounded like kind of right over there by that front tire there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like it came from the floor, maybe a little bit.
I thought maybe it was this wagon.
Yeah.
Front of the wagon.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Do you want us to leave? Do you enjoy when tourists and other people come here and look at the artifacts?
Did you ride this buggy to church on Sundays?
You know, last time we were here 2 weeks ago, we had a recorder in here, an audio recorder, and we picked up a lot of movement, banging, thumps, taps. Why aren't you doing that now? We shouldn't scare you. That's not why we're here. We've already told you that. Animals. Now, unless we're scaring the animals away, if there were any in here, the question is, how will they get? Here's one. Could an animal possibly get it over there, Scott?
Well,
No,
I mean, a mouse.
Maybe a mouse. So that one, yeah.
I'm looking for a poker game. Anybody in here want to play some poker?
I'll play a hand of poker with you. John, are you a poker player?
On occasion.
Greg, are you a poker player?
I have been known to throw the cards.
Anybody else in here want to play some poker? I've got some loose money. I'd be willing to wager my day's earnings that I'd win.
Well, if we're not going to play poker, then we need to get back to work. When's the next train come through so we can unload it? Who's in charge around here anyway? Is that the dog again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy, that is a high-pitched dog.
Sounds like somebody stepped on it.
Identify yourself, soldier. Who's your commanding officer? Are we supposed to be here? Or are you going to report us?
Who's your ordnance sergeant? You got this ammo wagon sitting here empty. I want to know who your ordnance sergeant is. I want to report you.
Perhaps we could work out a trade. You got any shine? I almost feel like the wind might have died down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's near as windy as it was.
The train's getting ready to pull in the station. What do you want us to do?
Whoa. That was a lot. 9:18. Time check.
Train's getting closer. What are we supposed to do?
We're just going to stand here until you tell us what we need to do. And we're going to get paid for it.
Easiest job in the whole world, just standing here.
Standing around, talking with my buddies, chewing tobacco, have a little snort of shine here and there. You all right with that?
And we get paid for it.
Well, fellas, we appreciate you allowing us here.
That we do.
We have no doubt that spirits reside in the buildings at historic Fort Harker. While some seem very content with the way that the Ellsworth County Historical Society has maintained the fort, at least one does not like extra visitors. We're sure at some point that one will become more accepting of us in the near future.